Welcome all. Bern here from EWPRO. Getting straight into the weekly outlook, looking at the DXY on the daily. We're in this wave C, and we're looking on the lower time frame for that complex correction. We got the 5 down here, and we got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Well, I'm looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or just 3 up in here as a 3, 3, 3 or 3, 3, 5 complex correction. We do have the 3 up in here now. It may still give us another one up. It's pretty much bounced off that 100 fib. Didn't quite get there, but so now it's really going to be difficult. There's a couple of scenarios. First scenario is it just comes down and we just get a 333, and that's the end of the 333 there, and we just come down and break the low. Second scenario is we get a correction in here, 3 down in a wave 4, and then we get a wave 5 up and then fall over and break the low. So that's the two scenarios. We'll have to see what price action does here next week. But either way, if you get a correction here, you can look for at least 3 down, and if you're lucky, it goes from here and breaks the low. AU 200, AU, looking for a bit more upside in this wave C. Looking at a complex correction on this as well. We've got a nice wave A. Then we've got an A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're looking for 1, 2, 3, or maybe 5 down in here to complete that complex correction, and then we get more upside in this wave B on the daily. We're really waiting on this. A correction, we got a nice impulse down, so just waiting for a correction. If we get a correction in here, you can look for at least 3 down. Just need to wait for that correction, and then a sell setup. GU, still looking for possibly more upside on the H4. Look, I'm looking at this flat here, this like A, B, C after the 5 up. So I'm looking for this more upside. At this stage, there is no bullish setup to buy. If anything, at this stage, it's a bear hidden. On the lower time frames, you may get a buy setup on it, but on the H1, we do have a bear hidden here. So if you're looking to buy this, if I quickly go down to the M15, well, we got an impulse up correction. You have to be careful getting on this. You may just get 3 up and then comes down and breaks the low with that bear hidden. EU on the daily, looking for that C up. We got the C up. It didn't quite get to that 100 fib. But I'm looking at a possible flat here. I've been mentioning for a while that, well, this in here was looking very bullish. It didn't go up and break the top. We're starting to get like an A, B, C here now. Again, there's really no bullish setup on it to buy as such. It's very similar to GU. We have a bear hidden here on the H1. So, may just get 3 up in here, and then it goes down and breaks the low again. Yeah, so it's going to be quite dangerous. I'd be waiting for a nice correction in here, and you could look for a three up. If you're lucky, it goes up and breaks the top. But yeah, I'm thinking at this stage we'll just get like 1, 2, 3 up, and then come down and break the low. So we'll see how that plays out next week. Um, and that'll finish off this C wave if it comes down and breaks the low again. And then we can look for longer term buys to finish off that C wave on the daily. In you, we got that a B, and I'm looking for this C up. We're looking in here on the lower time frames for this correction. It's sort of a 333 here. We got flat in there, so I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. May get a 4 and a fifth one down in here, finishing off this B wave, and then we get the A, the B, and the C up. So nothing's really changed. I've been pretty much looking at this for a long time. Thought it may have gone here, but it never did. I didn't really like this, if you've been following me. It didn't really go down low enough. I was really looking for this low over here to be broken. It's just about broken it over here. So this is looking more of a nicer correction, 333 at this stage. And like I said, we may get a 335, and we may get another one up here and another one down there, and then it goes. So again, going down to the lower time frame, you got to be a little bit careful. This one's not as bad as GU and AU, but yeah, you're really going down onto the real lower time frames to get this buy in here. I mean, you know, and even this is risky because we have a bear hidden here on the M15 too. So this may just come up, just break that top without breaking this top, and give you another one down for an A, B, C, and then you get more downside. So yeah, yeah. GY, looking at that a B, and a C down. This ending point of wave A here has been broken over here in this wave C up, so that's good. It's pretty much completed what we were looking for. It didn't get up to this 100 fib, but this was looking very bullish here, and we did break up above the trend line. It comes straight back down. So I'd be looking for a sell. This is like 1, 2, 3, get a wave 4, and you trade a wave 5 down. So I'd be looking for 5 down here on the H4. If I just quickly put that on there so you can see what I'm looking at. Move that. And so we're already down to that 161.8. If I zoom in here, but this can go a lot further. Oh. So really, the safest way to trade this now is to wait for this wave to end, this wave 3, get a wave 4, and then you trade a wave 5 down. UY, I've been pretty much keeping out of, like I've been mentioning for a long time. This wave here wasn't broken over here. So I'm looking for this larger correction in here, as I have been for a very long time. It's getting quite complicated. I was looking at that 1, 2, 3, and then I was looking for a 1, 2, 3 here. We never got that down. It may give us, well, it's a sell now, whatever correction this is. Looking for a sell in here. I should take this off because we didn't get that wave down there. But this is more of a sell. You definitely can look for a sell here to go and break the low. We got a nice impulse down from the top. Just got to wait for a correction in here. Monday, Tuesday. Wait for a nice correction in there on the lower time frame, and then you could look for a sell if it gives you a sell setup after you get a correction. Should be a nice trade. We got a nice impulse down, so yep. USD CAD pretty much been keeping out of this as well because we're waiting for this time factor. We've got that like 1, 2, 3, waiting for a wave 4 in here and possibly a wave 5 up. The thing I don't like about this is, like I've said many times before, this wave 4 here has gone into the territory of wave 2. So always best to wait for this time factor. We've been looking at this correction in here for quite a few weeks. Is A, B, C. We got the C up when it actually started to turn a bit motive and get up to that 123.6. So, it still may give us another correction, a similar size to this over here. And you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 before you get more downside. This wave in here still may not be over though. Like, this still may not be over. I'm not sure there is a setup on this one to sell. I mean, on the lower time frames there would be, but on the H1 it's not. But at this stage, you got a nice impulse down. If you got a nice correction in here, you could look for at least 3 down. But again, you got to wait for this correction, and then you got to wait for a sell setup, a system setup to sell. Excuse me. So the Swissy, looking at that A, B, and C, still not. Still can get a correction in here and more downside, like I've been looking at on the lower time frames. It's looking very corrective, this. I've been looking for this 333 or 335 here for a very long time. We got that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Looking at 1, 2, 3, possibly get a wave 4 in here and a wave 5 up. Or it's just a 333 and we get the third one up and it goes and breaks the low from here. Again, there really isn't a buy setup on it. Sorry, a sell setup on it. Excuse me. We sort of have 5 up in here. 1, 2, 3. We may get a wave 4 in here and a wave 5 up still. We do have a possible bull hidden here. So again, we may just get 3 down in here and then it goes up and breaks the top. So if you're looking for the sell, I mean, you definitely can look for a sell in here after you get a correction and look for 3 down. If you're lucky, it goes and breaks the low. But yeah, you have to keep in mind it may just be 3 down in here, just break this low over here and then give you another one up. EG's playing out exactly how I've been looking at it for a very long time. I've been waiting for this wave 5 up here. We had that ball hidden in here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, looking for this wave 5 up. It's already broken this top of wave 3, so it's pretty much played out. H4, this may have been the end of wave 3 here. I think I did mention this last week. That if this is a wave 3, I'll just get this here. If this is the wave 3 here and that's a correction, this won't, well, in Elliott wave rules, wave 3 can't be the shortest wave. So if this wave 5, it shouldn't be longer than this wave 3. So like I said last week, it may just come up and break that top and then, give us a larger correction. So at this stage, it still could look to buy it, but you'd want a nice correction first. You'd want a nice correction in here on the lower time frame, something to get in on and just scalp it to break that top. Definitely want to be at break even at the break of that top. And yeah, see how far it goes. But yeah, really need some sort of a correction. I wouldn't be buying it up here, just jumping in the market and buying it up the top there. Need a correction and a nice bullish setup to trade it. WTI, I've been looking at this for a long time, this correction here. Looking at the A, a B, and a C. So I'm looking for this internal A, B, C here. I'm looking for a little bit more downside in here on the lower time frames. This has been looking, well, there was a chance that we get like 1, 2, extended wave 3, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up in here for an extended wave 3, and then you get a wave 4 and a wave 5 up. But we sort of only got 3 up in here. And then we got this nice impulse down. It could have been, there was a possibility that it was an expanding flat and we get another one up. But for the last few weeks, it's been very choppy. So I've been looking for another one down in this C wave. This can give 5 down. So if you get a sell set up in here, you definitely can look for it. It's going to be very difficult to get the sell set up at this stage because we do have a possible ball hidden here, in here. So, it still can give another one up. Ideally, it gives us another one up, gives us bearish divergence in there, and then on the lower time frames, we can get some sort of a sell set up the top here, and then look for that like A, B, C, or like I mentioned, it may be 5 down. But yeah, to sell now until this low here is broken is quite risky because, like I said, we do have that possible ball hidden, and there's nothing to say that we won't get a higher high here. Yeah. Gold, looking at that time factor here, like I have been for a very long time, looking at that 1, 2, 3, waiting for that time factor in wave 4, and then we get that wave 5 up. Really been looking at the lower time frames. Unfortunately, we just about got 3 down in here. I've been looking at this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 for a very long time, or 5 down in here. Excuse me. The problem I see here, it didn't quite give us this C down. It didn't quite go and break this low, this C here. Got this A, B, C. So it still can become more complex, the correction. Yeah, and we haven't quite got that time factor here yet either on the daily. Like this time factor here, So it becomes quite hard to trade, especially since we didn't get this C down, breaking this low. If that low had been broken, we would have got a triple three, a nice triple three, and then I could have looked for a buy. At this stage, it's very difficult to get in with any confidence. You could look for a buy. It's more on the lower time frames. Like you'd be looking for a wave 5. Like we got on the M15, we've got 1, 2, 3. You wait for a wave 4, and then you get into a wave 5. So either way, you're really scalping on the lower time frames here, waiting for a wave 4, and then looking to trade a wave 5 up at this stage. So yeah, silver, nothing's really changed on the daily. We've got the 5 up, larger correction. It's gone up and broken the top. We've got a wave A here. I'm looking for a wave B, and then we get a wave C up possibly. But we need this correction in here. H4, we got the 5 up. There is a possibility that, this is the end of wave 5. We got an A, a B, and a C here, a flat. But it's this flat here is very similar size to these. So I'm looking for a larger correction than these. So it may still go from here, but ideally it would have given us a larger correction. I'm still more bearish on this, um, really. And this is the end of wave 5 here. And we got a nice impulse down from a top. And if we get a correction in here, I'd be looking for 3 down. But in saying that, if that is a flat here, if you get a bullish setup on the real lower time frames, you can look for a buy to go and break the top. It's quite risky, but yeah, I'm more interested in a sell after these 5 up. I really need a larger correction on the daily, like I just showed, like a nice B wave in here, some sort of a nice B wave in here, and then look to buy. Because we're right up the top of the market, need a correction to get good risk reward. You don't go buying up the top of the market. Well, it's not something I teach. Bitcoin on the daily. Where's my count? Not sure what happened here. I've lost all my count here. I've got it on the H4. Oh, yeah. Looking at this, like A, B, C here, it's already given a C up. This is looking still very much bullish. Pretty much said last week that this can go either way, because we had this in here, A, B, C up. So this can be one to turn motive and give us 5 down in here. It does look bullish, but it can be the end of a correction as well, like I just showed this here, flat. This is quite sharp. That's quite sharp. So I've got 1, 2, 3, get a wave 4 and a wave 5 in here. For that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm more bearish. We're right up the top of the market on this. So again, here we go. We're starting to get the count now. Not sure what happened there. It might have been my internet slow, but on the daily we got the 5 up, larger correction, and we got a high breaking the tops. So I'd be more interested in a sell. But in saying that, this does look rather bullish. When The sell, if you remember, was back here. Was back here. We had that sell there. We had a nice impulse from the top here. Um, and this was where we wanted to sell. I mean, I doubt anyone would have actually lived through this, all this choppiness here. But if you did get in this and you're still in it, I'd be keeping it because, like I said, we can get 5 down in here. Other than that, for a bullish setup, we really need to break these tops here, get a correction, and then we can look to buy. But yeah, until this happens, I wouldn't be looking for the buy. I'd be looking for the sells. Maybe on the lower time frames we do have bullish divergence here on the M15. So for a bullish setup, I'd be waiting for this top here to be broken and give you a correction, and then you could look to buy. For the sell, there is no sell on it because even on the lower time frame M15, we already have bullish divergence, so there's no sell on it. You would have had to look at be getting in on this flat here. S&P 500, there's not much to see here. We've broken the top. We got 5 up, a larger correction, and we've gone up and broken the top. So I've not been looking for buys for quite a while. There was this flat in here, and we got another one up in here. We got that bearish divergence. We've got a nice impulse from the top here. So if we get a correction in here, it'll be a nice sell. Got to wait for this correction, and then if you get a sell set up, well, then you can look to sell it. So this could take, all next week before we get that correction. I've already got the count here from the group, but it did go down a little bit further, but it's still the same principle I was looking at. So I'm looking for 5 down in here. So I'm looking for, we got the wave 1. You wait for a correction, possibly back up to 50 fib, wave 2, and you trade that wave 3, 4, and 5. And so if we get a nice correction in here, it'll be a good opportunity to get in from the top and sell from the top. So really be keeping an eye out on this one in the next few days, months. AU200's gone up and broken the top. Not looking for buys up here. Very choppy up the top here. Might be very similar to. I wouldn't be trading AU200. I mean, S&P 500. We got something. We got an impulse from the top. This isn't the top here. That's the top. So this can be like an A, B, C, and gives you more upside. So I'd be more interested in trading S&P 500. Got better setup. The DAX. Oh, sorry, the FTSE. We've gone up and broken the top as well on this one. The daily. I'm not looking for buys here. Looking for a sell, if anything. This one here is tricky too because we sort of have 3 up, just breaking the top. So this can be an expanding flat here, and we go up and get another high. So again, unless you want to look for buys here, to scalp and break the top, you could. If you're looking for buys, I'd be looking for, AU200 or the FTSE here. But if I was looking for sells, and I'd be looking at that S&P 500. That's got the best sort of setup. I mean, this one does have a nice impulse from the top too. But because we have these 3 waves just breaking the top, yeah, it definitely can turn into a flat and we go and break the top. So, yeah. Lastly, the DAX. This one here on the daily, it had that ball hidden. We were looking for this to go and break the top. It's done that. This may be an A, a B, C here, a flat, and we get more upside. So we'll have to see on the lower time frames. Yeah, this is, I mean, at this stage, I'll be looking at 1, 2, 3, a 4 and a 5. It's turning motive here. So, but again, like I said, it can be a flat, maybe an expanding flat, and you get 5 down in here before you get more upside. So at this stage, I'd be waiting for a wave 4 and trading a wave 5 down if you got the setup, the correction and a sell setup. I'd be looking for a wave 5 down at this stage. But this has to go a lot further too, this wave 3, you know. So I hope you got something out of this weekly outlook. If you did, please hit the like button, share and subscribe. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you out there next week.